Steve McManaman. Nicol. That's awkward. Saunders trying to get there. Almost came for Walters. Turned away as far as David Burrows. It's there! 48 seconds. David Burrows' first ever goal for Liverpool in the very first minute. Steve McManaman. Mark Walters. Only Saunders in the middle. Only Saunders necessary. The Dean Saunders Roadshow is off and running. It got away to a rather late start, but he scored a cracker down at the Kop end in midweek. And now with 15 minutes gone, he scored his second of the week. McMahon. Marsh. Saunders. Lovely passing. Well seen by Dave Watson. Burrows, though. He's played Houghton into space. Onside Ray Houghton. 3-0 Liverpool. It's a long, long way back for Everton now. MacDonald. Ward. Beardsley. Mike Newell. Now, is this a chance for some consolation for Mike Newell? Yes, it is.
Manchester United gave Leeds a goal start, hit a trail of bad luck and still held on to the First Division lead. Peter Schmeichel has announced himself as a fearless goalkeeper, prepared to leave his line and claim crosses. Sometimes he won't quite get there. Lee Chapman cashed in, Leeds ahead in 7 minutes with the first goal conceded by Alex Ferguson's team this season. But their commitment to retrieving the goal was wholesale. Neil Webb working his way back into the groove, and Ryan Giggs on as a substitute for Paul Ince, immediately tormenting Leeds with his dash and directness. Unlucky not to score, very unlucky not to get a corner. He continued to give United added pace and penetration after the break. With Sharp and Kanchelskis to return, there's an Old Trafford sprint relay squad coming together. Giggs just wide, with Brian McClare just wide of him. Mark Hughes, the provider there, was manhandled off the next chance, and that takes some doing. Steve Bruce sending him on his way, Chris White sending him to the ground. No penalty. 7 minutes to go, and the heartbreaks remained. Giggs causing confusion again, Lukic's desperate dive, and desperate luck for Clayton Blackmore. Time running out. The script was crying out for a hero, and United had just the man for the part. Brian Robson forcing the issue with a forceful run, Lukic denying McClare, but nothing ever going to deny Robson. An equaliser with 5 minutes to spare, the very least they deserved.
Okay. White might get in there. Has it gone in? It has from Whitewell. Well, that was a messy goal for Arsenal to give away. They won't be happy about that at all. But Dixon with the throw again. And it's a useful part of Arsenal's armoury, this. And they've got Linnigan forward for it. Smith in there as well. Rocastle's shot might go anywhere. And it's gone in! Alan Smith. Well, City's goal had an untidy look to it to a certain extent. This even more so. And in fact, cannoned off curl and in off the post. Andy Hill. Supported by Peter Reid. Hill rattling away there. And it's Reid coming away with it. Boynton trying to make something of it. Some space now for Merson. And Arsenal shirts are up. The right sort of crosses in there. Davis, a wonderful save by Curtin. Thomas! Limpar! header. And then I think Thomas on the far side might even have hit the crossbar with it. Coton can't believe it.
Oldham were under pressure from the word go at the City Ground. Forest's Roy Keane had a clear chance after 10 minutes, but his shot was weak. 7 minutes later, some slick Forest footwork undid the Oldham defence again, but Haller just did enough to put Keane off on this occasion. Forest carved open Oldham's defence once more on the half hour, and this time Scott Gemmell applied the finishing touch to Gary Charles's cross. Forest's second goal came 4 minutes before half-time, third time lucky for Roy Keane from Nigel Jemson's cross. Joe Royal's half-time talk jogged Oldham into life. 5 minutes after the restart, Ian Marshall pulled a goal back, heading in Neil Adams' towering cross. But the Latics soon dozed off again, and Forest skipper Stuart Pearce, sent off in midweek, took advantage, finishing from Scott Gemmell's chip to make it 3-1.
Coventry began the day in an unaccustomed position, third in Division 1, but the top flight's veteran party poopers Wimbledon soon put an end to all that. Alan Cork's goal, Coventry dropping down 5 places.
Samways and Stewart particularly linking up well in midfield, with Naeem making some good runs. But Norwich giving them a little bit of space, perhaps too much, as Paul Stewart gets forward in a striking position. And Lineker comes onto the near post. There he is! It's a brilliant goal from Lineker, but it was a particularly brilliant run from Paul Stewart. Lineker, Jury making a run for it, and challenge from behind by Jury. A chip over the top is going to go in, and Butterworth does a brilliant job to save the day.
Aston Villa were ahead inside 2 minutes at the Dell, courtesy of some slack defending from the Saints, and then a stinging low shot from Kevin Richardson. David Lee, Southampton's new signing from Bury, made an impressive debut, and it was his right-wing cross that gave Alan Shearer the opportunity to equalise, grabbing Southampton's first home point of the season.
Vinnie Jones arrived at Stamford Bridge with the avowed intention of making Chelsea hated. Well, Luton Town aren't particularly keen on them after another slaughtering today. Little Graham Lasso big enough to withstand a Luton challenge and give Chelsea the chance to parade a whole new line in goal celebrations. Meet the Kings Road formation dance team. Howard Kendall has been repeatedly linked with the contrasting talents of Chelsea's Kerry Dixon and Andy Townsend. Townsend must be one of the classiest acts around at the moment, running free onto Kevin Wilson's pass to make it 2-0. Vinny doing a turn for his new fans on the shed. Dixon got the third from Jones's hump and hope. He's a player of some pace and athleticism when he's in the mood. No holding him here. Chelsea 3 up by half-time. Luton hadn't scored a goal all season up until this point, but Chelsea goalkeepers have been more benevolent than most just lately. Dave Besant's deputy, Kevin Hitchcock, with an entry for You've Been Framed. Philip Gray with the goal. But Chelsea won with a penalty miss to spare. Lasso and Dixon combining to set up Dennis Wise, who later struck the bar from the spot.
Sheffield United took a second-half lead at Selhurst Park when Glyn Hodges, lurking out on the right wing, put in a curling shot which left Nigel Martin stranded. United were on course for a valuable away win until 10 minutes from time when Jeff Thomas headed an equaliser. Sheffield United of all sides should have known what to expect in the final minute from another direct side. Palace went straight down the middle, and Ian Wright got the winning touch.
Carlton Palmer, the footballer with the basketball build, had scored 3 goals in over 100 games for Sheffield Wednesday. Today he scored 3 more in the first 45 minutes against Queen's Park Rangers, a club that once sacked his manager, Trevor Francis. Good goals too. The smile got wider and wider as the afternoon went on. That was for you, boss. Francis believes Palmer has the makings of an England player if he can score goals. Well, there's no more if about it anymore. Paul Williams had a hand in all 3. Palmer's running power took him into close range for all 3 and a way to celebrate. Williams has the touch and vision to get the best out of the rampaging David Hurst. His pace and power cleared the stage for Palmer's hat-trick goal, and Palmer knew it. Thanks, mate. The Wednesday manager wasn't all that pleased with his side's performance, but they added a classic 4th in the second half. Hurst and Williams in harmony again, and John Sheridan with the sweet finish. Give me 5. Rangers are already looking up at most of the table. A training ground goal for Dennis Bailey, their only souvenir of Carlton Palmer's day.
Tony Parkes was back in the big time in the West Ham goal. He was beaten in the 64th minute, Kevin Bartlett supplying the finishing touch after Tommy Johnson's approach work. 4 minutes later, County made it 2-0, and it was Bartlett again, the man in the middle, ruining Parkes' return in his first Division 1 game for 5 years.